Good morning, students. In continuation with agents of pollination from page number 29, second paragraph, pollination by water is quite rare in flowering plants and is limited to about 30% genera, mostly cotyledons. So in monocotyledons, about 30 genera, in 30 genera, the pollination is by water. As against this, you would recall that water is a regular mode of transport for the male gametes among the lower plant groups such as algae, bryophytes, and pteridophytes. So, water is essential in the lower plants for the transport of male gamete. It is believed, particularly for some bryophytes and pteridophytes, that their distribution is limited because of the need for water for the transport of male gamete and fertilization. ब्रायोफाइट्स और टेरिडोफाइट्स कुछ लिमिटेड एरियाज में ही प्रेजेंट है बिकॉज दे रिक्वायर वाटर फॉर द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ मेल गैमीट एंड फर्टिलाइजेशन. सो वेयर वाटर इज प्रेजेंट, दे आर प्रेजेंट. Some examples of water pollinated plants are Vallisneria and Hydrilla, which grow in fresh water, and several marine seagrasses such as Jostra. Not all aquatic plants use water for pollination. In a majority of aquatic plants, such as water hyacinth and water lily, remember the name water hyacinth and water lily, the flowers emerge above the level of water and are pollinated by insects or wind, as in most of the land plants. So in case of water hyacinth and water lily, the flower comes above the surface of the water and is pollinated by insects. So exception is in water hyacinth and in water lily. They are present in water but pollinated by insects or wind. In Vallisneria, the female flower reaches the surface of water by the long stalk, and the male flowers or pollen grains are released on the surface of water. In Vallisneria, the female reaches up to the level of the water. Then, from in the water, pollen grains are there. They are released in the water. Male gamete comes near the stigma, and pollination and fertilization occurs. They are carried passively by water currents. Some of them eventually reach the female flower and the stigma. In another group of water pollinated plants such as sea grasses, female flowers remain submerged in water and the pollen grains are released inside the water. In the case of sea grass, the female flower remains inside the water and then pollen grains goes inside the water and fertilization occurs. Pollen grains in many such species are long, ribbon-like, and they are carried passively inside the water. These are the characteristics of the pollen which are present in water. They are long, they are ribbon-shaped. In most of the water pollinated species, pollen grains are protected from wetting by a mucilaginous covering. In water pollinated plants, the pollen grains, in the pollen grains, mucilaginous covering is present which protect the pollen grain from decomposing. So because they are always present in water, so they should not decompose or should not wet every time. So, a mucilaginous covering is present around the pollen grains. Both wind and water pollinated flowers are not very colorful and do not produce nectar. What would be the reason for this? They need not to attract insects for pollination. Usually nectar is the reward to the insects for pollination. इंसेक्ट्स पॉलिनेशन कर रहे हैं तो उनको बुलाने के लिए फ्लावर नेक्टर प्रोवाइड करता है ताकि उनको एक रिवार्ड दे सके उन इंसेक्ट्स को. वो नेक्टर खाने के लिए आएंगे और इस पर्पस से उनका पॉलिनेशन भी हो जाएगा. पर अगर विंड और वाटर पॉलिनेटेड प्लांट्स में वो नेक्टर प्रोड्यूस ही नहीं कर रहे, क्योंकि वो तो विंड या वाटर से ही पॉलिनेट प्लांट होंगे. Majority of flowering plants use a range of animals as pollinating agents. Bees, butterflies, flies, beetles, wasps, ants, moths, birds, and bats are the common pollinating agents. Among the animals, insects, particularly bees, are the dominant biotic pollinating agents. Even larger animals such as some primates, lemurs, arboreal means which remain on the trees, arboreal rodents, or even reptiles, gecko lizard or garter lizard, have also been reported as pollinators in some species. Often flowers of animal pollinated species are specifically adapted for a particular species of animals. कुछ स्पीशीज़ ही हैं जो कुछ पर्टिकुलर फ्लावर्स को ही पॉलिनेट करती हैं. कुछ पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज़ कुछ पर्टिकुलर फ्लावर्स को ही, कुछ पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज़ कुछ पर्टिकुलर एनिमल्स कुछ पर्टिकुलर फ्लावर्स को ही पॉलिनेट करते हैं. Majority of insect pollinated flowers are large, colorful, fragrant, and rich in nectar. These are the characteristics of insect pollinated flower, that is, they are large in size, colorful, fragrant, and rich in nectar, because they have to provide reward to the insects. When the flowers are small, a number of flowers are clustered into an inflorescence. Inflorescence is group of flowers. To make them conspicuous, ताकि वो अगर फ्लावर्स छोटे हैं तो कई फ्लावर्स आपस में जुड़ जाएंगे ताकि इंसेक्ट को पता चल जाए और एक बड़ा फ्लावर की तरह दिखें. Animals are attracted to flowers by color and or by fragrance. The flowers pollinated by flies and beetles secrete foul odor to attract these animals. To sustain animal visits, the flowers have to provide rewards to the animals. Nectar and pollen grains are the usual floral rewards. For harvesting the reward from the flower, the animal visitor comes in contact with the anther and the stigma. The body of the animal gets generally sticky in animal pollinated flowers. The body of animals get a coating of pollen grains, which are generally sticky in animal pollinated flowers. When the animal carrying pollen on its body comes in contact with the stigma, it brings about pollination. जब कुछ एनिमल्स फ्लावर के पास आएंगे फॉर नेक्टर, तो उनकी बॉडी पे कुछ पोलन ग्रेन्स अटैच हो जाएंगे, और जब वो किसी दूसरे फ्लावर पे जाएंगे तो वो पोलन ग्रेन्स को ट्रांसफ़र कर देंगे, क्योंकि ये पोलन ग्रेन्स स्टिकी हैं, उनकी बॉडी के साथ चिपक जाते हैं. और जब वो दूसरे फ्लावर पे पहुंचेंगे तो वो उनके स्टिग्मा पे बैठेंगे और वो उन पोलन ग्रेन को वहाँ पे डस्ट कर देंगे, वहाँ पे फेंक देंगे. इन सम स्पीशीज़ फ्लोरल रिवार्ड्स आर इन प्रोवाइडिंग सेफ प्लेसेस टू ले एग. कुछ स्पीशीज़ क्या है, वो उन इंसेक्ट्स को स्पेस दे देती हैं कि वो आकर अपने एग्स वहाँ पे ले कर दें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इज़ दैट ऑफ टॉलेस्ट फ्लावर ऑफ अमॉर्फोफेलस. द फ्लावर इटसेल्फ इज़ अबाउट 6 feet in height. A similar relationship exists between a species of moth and the plant yucca. एक species है moth की और yucca plant है, where both species, moth and the plant, cannot complete their life cycle without each other. क्या होता है? The moth deposits its egg in the locule of the ovary and the flower in turn gets pollinated by the moth. moth उसमें क्या करता है, उस फ्लावर की जो लोक्यूल है, ओवरी के अंदर एक कैविटी है, उसमें अपने एग्स को डिपॉजिट ले करता है. और जब ये कर रहा है तो उसमें वो फ्लावर को भी पॉलिनेट कर दे रहा है. फ्लावर को क्या एडवांटेज मिल गया? उसकी पॉलिनेशन हो गई. मॉथ को क्या एडवांटेज है? उसको प्लेस मिल गई जहाँ पे वो अपने एग्स को ले कर सकता है. द लार्वा ऑफ द मॉथ कम्स आउट ऑफ द एग एज द सीड स्टार्ट्स डेवलपिंग. जब उसका सीड डेवलप होने लगेगा फ्लावर का उसके अंदर, ओवरी के अंदर, तो लार्वा, मॉथ के जो लार्वा है वो बाहर आ जाएंगे. वाई डोंट यू ऑब्जर्व सम फ्लावर्स इन द फॉलोइंग प्लांट्स फॉर or any others available to you: cucumber, mango, people, coriander, papaya, onion, lobia, cotton, tobacco, rose, lemon, eucalyptus, banana. Try to find out which animal visits them and whether they could be pollinators. You will you will have to patiently observe the flowers over few days and at different times of the day. You could also try to see whether there is any correlation in the characteristics of a flower to the animal that visits it. So this is not required. From here, one term is important, that is pollen or nectar robbers. Answer: many insects may consume pollens or the nectar without bringing about pollination. कुछ insects वो आएंगे नेक्टर लेंगे पर पॉलिनेशन नहीं कर रहे. नेक्टर ले जाएंगे, खा लेंगे, ले लेंगे, बट पॉलिनेशन नहीं करेंगे. सच फ्लोरल विजिटर्स आर रेफर टू एज पोलन और नेक्टर रॉबर्स. उनको बोलते हैं पोलन और नेक्टर रॉबर्स. या तो वो नेक्टर चुरा कर ले जाएंगे या वहाँ से पोलन ले जा रहे हैं पर वो पॉलिनेशन नहीं कर रहे. You may or may not be able to identify the pollinators, but you will surely enjoy your efforts. So next topic, that is outbreeding, we will start next time. Thank you.